It's Pokemon News of the Week with your host, Bob.
Hey everyone and welcome back to Pokemon News of the Week. Here are tonight's headlines. The Pokemon Battle Academy has 2 Japanese sets coming out in March. There's even more prints of the Gogh Pikachu card. And you can actually buy sealed boxes of Pokemon cards from Pokemon card stores at a normal price for the first time in how many years? All that and more in Pokemon News of the Week. Hey everyone and welcome back to Pokemon News of the Week. My name is Bob and here are tonight's headlines. And firstly, apologies that the past couple of weeks we haven't had any Pokemon news. I am not going to make excuses, but I have been ridiculously busy and editing these videos takes quite a bit of time, so I just haven't found the time to actually film and get anything edited. But there has been a lot of news, and today we're going to start off by looking at Pokelids. These are the Pokemon manholes that are popping up all over Japan right now, and it's kind of amazing. I was out drinking with a friend the other night, and my mother-in-law, I love her to bits, she sent me 3 pictures of different manholes in her home area where she lives, and I was so surprised. I was like, wait, there's actually Pokemon lids? I thought they weren't actually real. I thought it were just little toys and stuff. But yeah, this was so cool. So the 3 pictures that I have are here, here, and here. They look damn cool and I was just so happy to get them. So thank you for sending these pictures. This is awesome. And if you're in Japan and you're walking around different prefectures, check out the website that I'm going to put down. Probably there'll be a link here or down in the description, because then you can go and find some of these cool Pokemon manholes. But onto one of our main headlines tonight. You can finally buy sealed box products of Pokemon cards after the release day. And oh my god, this is about time. For those of you that don't know, it has been really hard to get box products of Pokemon cards in Japan. A lot of shops were limiting how many packets you can buy per person on release day, purely because scalpers were lining up with teams of people to try and buy all the products. And that boosted a lot of the card prices up. Last year, especially last year, we saw a lot of cards jump up in price, like the Iono card, which is still about $1,000. We also saw the Dendra card, which has seen a huge drop because there's been a massive reprint and so on. And even like the Miriam card has gone up and down. I think it might be down to about 50,000. I'll have to double check. But shops are actually getting stock in. And one reason this is happening is because the Pokemon Company, they've actually got a few more printing places. So they're printing more cards. But these sets like the Wild Force, the Cyber Judge, even things like V-Star Universe, which is a set that came out 2 years ago, is getting a reprint. And it's about time, it really is. And I think this is just good news for anyone in Japan wanting to buy cards. So my advice, go to any electronic store in Japan. That could be a Joshin, it could be an Edion, it could be Yodobashi Camera. Yodobashi Camera has had cards in stock basically for the past month and a bit where you can buy an entire box. It is crazy that you can do this. But there's also card shops that you can go to, such as Furuhon Ichiba. They have a lot of cards in them. There's also stores such as Dragon Star, which are selling boxes, I believe. There's also ones called Toy Comp. There's a lot of places. So just search any of those names and you will find stuff. And just look for trading card shop and in the city that you're in Japan. But this is awesome news, and it just gives me so much hope that maybe I don't have to wake up at 4 AM in the morning on a card release day and then have to look around convenience stores to try and get cards. Okay, next headline. But another big headline, and well, there are a lot more reprints happening right now of the felt hat Pikachu, or the Pikachu with the grey felt hat. I don't know why they picked that name, just pick Gogh Pikachu. But this is fantastic news. The original kind of announcement, or the original rumor, was that shops in the Netherlands were getting 100,000 more reprints of this card. And now we have more kind of up-to-date official news. It's going to be basically that some stores are going to be getting like 25 to 250 of these cards. And at first, when I saw that headline, I thought, great, you're just helping the scalpers get a lot more of these cards. But actually, they've got quite a few ideas in mind. For example, some of these toy shops that are going to be having this card as a promo to give out, basically you have to spend at least 30 euros on goods to get one. So that limits how much how many people can get hold of them, and it just gets you to spend money on items. But also, some stores are making you make members cards so that you can only get one, no matter which store you go to, if you go from different ones to different ones. Also, they're going to be stamping specific receipts, and I don't know, the security is going to be ramping up like crazy. And I think that this is really interesting for a lot of reasons. Firstly, it's going to make the card a lot more accessible. We've already seen that this card has dropped in price significantly in a lot of places, and this was straight after the announcement that these stores were going to be getting it, so it's kind of impressive, and I'm just happy that there's a reprint of it. But I also want to look at the word promo card. It's a card for a promotional event, and these ones are typically the ones that are scalped the most because they're so rare, or so they're so limited because they're promotional things. And the fact that they're printing more and more of them just makes me so happy. It makes it so much more accessible for people. Sure, a lot of people that are sitting on stock of these cards are probably crying right now, but this is such a cool thing that it's accessible for people that want to get it. Although it is only in Europe right now, so who knows, there may be another restock somewhere else. But anyway, in Japan, we don't have it. Yeah. And just a quick comment, on March 22nd, there is the Crimson Haze set that is supposedly coming out. We haven't got really any information on it yet, but people are expecting that the event that's happening in Fukuoka on Saturday and Sunday next week, we should get some information. So fingers crossed, in the next news next week, we should have a little bit more info. But basically, on my final bit of Pokemon news for this week, I'm going to look at some Kamitsuki products. And basically, Kamitsuki is just talking about like biting. These products look pretty cool, and I'm not going to go through all of them. I'm just going to throw a couple of pictures up here randomly of like the Totodile, and like there's a Gabite, and there's just lots of cool little things. I think there's a Trapinch as well, but like there's a stapler, and there's like a pencil case, there's all kinds of stuff, and these look fantastic. These products are going to be releasing in Pokemon Centers in Japan on February 17th, so they're coming out next week. So if you want to get hold of these, if you're in Japan, go to some Pokemon Centers because they will have them in stock. And also if you're looking to get them from the Pokemon Center online, I'm pretty confident that these will be in stock even after 10 o'clock when they go on sale, because basically a lot of stuff is staying in stock. This is fantastic stuff and fantastic news, so even more Pokemon products. So for this week's channel shout out, I want to shout out a small channel called Anxiety TCG. And I found this guy on Reddit a couple of months ago. Basically, for those of you that don't know, I do actually post into the self-promo part on Reddit because it's just another way to push the YouTube channel. Living in Japan, for some reason the algorithm only seems to push my video to Japanese, so if you're seeing me, hi! But basically, I came across this guy, I watched some of his videos, and he seems so sweet and so calm, and actually watching his videos is quite relaxing, and it takes me back to when I first started up my YouTube channel. I completely understand how it feels to speak in front of a camera and have anxiety and be worried. It took me a long time to get to this point. If you look back at my first Pokemon card opening, if you look back at my first figure opening with I think it was the Rem Kersey figure, I'm just sat there, I'm just like, hey, and welcome. Like, I was so nervous and it was tough. And this guy, I'm so happy to see that he's pushing and just keeping his channel growing. I'm just enjoy watching his content. So go send him some love, go watch some of his videos. He's a fantastic guy from what I can see, so good luck to you, and I am hoping that your channel continues to grow. And my card of the week this week is going to be the Chatot Art Rare from Wild Force. And this card is beautiful. It's a very cool card. I still haven't pulled it. Maybe I'll open another box and see if we can put it in there. But basically, this is cool for a couple of reasons. Firstly, it's Chatot. Chatot's a kind of cute bird Pokemon. I like the idea. But more importantly, in the background, you can see some power lines that are supposed to be like music staves, and the Chatot notes, or the Chatot sitting on them, they represent different notes. And there are two lines. The first one, people are thinking it's basically Chatot's cry, so it's like, or something like that, right? That's pretty cool. But the bottom one, I think, is the Pokemon healing theme from the Pokemon Center. It's like, buh, 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 buh. Probably something along those lines. I mean, that is such a cool card, and I love music, I really do. Video game music is just one of the best things in the world, but this is fantastic. What a cool card. So this is my card of the week. Okay, so that's everything for Pokemon news this week. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please do give us a like, please subscribe. There should be Pokemon news coming next week, and I apologize once again that I haven't been able to keep this a regular thing. I am trying pretty hard, but work right now is very, very busy, and my private life is also quite busy too, so I'm just not finding enough time to actually get stuff done. But hopefully from next week, from the end of next week, I'm hoping I'll be able to get a little bit more content out to you guys. So I love you all, and I hope to see you again for more Pokemon news of the week. God, I hope I don't look too tired. This is crazy. Whew. All right.